Hello, and welcome to this podcast where we explore simple ways to live a more mindful, balanced, and peaceful life. I'm your host, Yuvraj, and today we're diving into the concepts of mindfulness, what it is, why it matters, and how you can easily start practicing it in your daily life. Whether you're new to mindfulness or have been practicing for a while, I hope today's episode offers you some fresh insights and practical tips. So let's get started. So, what is mindfulness? At its core, mindfulness is about paying attention to the present moment on purpose without judgment. It sounds simple, but it can be quite powerful. Think of how often we're caught up in thoughts about the past or worries about the future. It's so easy to get lost in mental noise, whether it's replaying old conversations or stressing about what might happen tomorrow. Mindfulness is the antidote to that. It brings us back to what's happening right now in this moment. And when we learn to do that, we can start experiencing life more fully with greater clarity and less anxiety. But let me emphasize, mindfulness isn't about trying to clear your mind or get rid of thoughts. It's not about controlling your feelings or forcing yourself to be positive. It's about noticing what's happening inside you and around you without judging it. For example, if you're feeling stressed, mindfulness doesn't mean you ignore that stress or try to push it away. Instead, it's about recognizing that stress, acknowledging it's there, and observing how it feels in your body and mind. What are your physical sensations? Is your heart racing? Is your breathing shallow? Can you name the thoughts that are triggering that stress? When you notice these things without reacting to them or spiraling further into them, you create space for yourself. You give yourself a little distance from your thoughts and emotions. And in that space, you can respond to life with more intention instead of reacting on autopilot. So, how do we start practicing mindfulness? The good news is you don't need any fancy equipment or a lot of time. You can start right where you are. One simple practice is mindful breathing. Let's try it together right now. If you're able to, find a comfortable seat or stand and gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth. Notice how the air feels as it enters your body and fills your lungs. Now, just let your breathing return to its natural rhythm. You don't need to force anything. Simply pay attention to your breath as it flows in and out. Notice how your body moves with each breath, your chest rising and falling, or the sensation of the air in your nostrils. If your mind starts to wander, and it probably will, that's okay. Just gently bring your focus back to the breath. You're not trying to stop your thoughts, you're simply practicing noticing them and choosing to return to your attention to the present. Let's stay with this for a few more breaths. Now, when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. How do you feel? It's amazing how just a minute or two of mindful breathing can help calm the mind and bring you back to the present moment. You can try this anytime during the day when you're feeling stressed, distracted, or overwhelmed. Mindfulness is like a muscle. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to notice. When your mind is drifting and gently bringing yourself back to the present. Before we wrap up me talking, I want to leave you with a simple mindfulness challenge. Over the next week, try to incorporate a few moments of mindful awareness into your daily routine. You don't need to meditate for hours, just start small. Maybe while you're having your morning coffee or tea, take a moment to really experience it. Notice the warmth of the cup in your hands, the aroma of the drink, and the taste with each sip. The more you bring mindfulness into these everyday moments, the more you'll start to experience its benefits. Less stress, more focus, and a deeper sense of calm. So, to talk about this today, we're gonna have a guest with us. We're gonna have guest Dr. Muskan Serawat. She's in her 5th year doing MBBS from Rama College, and we're gonna get her soon. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
To start us off, could you just introduce yourself?
My name is Muskan Sherawat, and I'm currently interning at Rama Hospital, from where I did my MBBS.
So, how was your experience doing MBBS at Rama Hospital?
It was amazing. I learned a lot, and I get to see patients on daily basis. I
What?
get to save lives, which is
Oh,
great.
you already get to save lives.
Yeah.
So, was it hard to manage your time and everything along with your MBBS career?
Time management is something that I learned while like throughout my 5 years.
Okay.
First year was difficult, and after that, I sort of got the hang of it.
Then in the second year, you started managing
Yeah.
properly.
Basically, a plus point for me was that my time was being saved in traveling. Like my hostel and my hospital and college, they're 5 minutes distance from each other,
Yes.
and everything is provided within the campus. So I just had to balance my studies and my personal life,
Okay.
recreational stuff and studies. So it was fine.
So, time management is a part of the whole concept of mindfulness. Could you tell me something or two about mindfulness?
Yes, of course. Mindfulness is a way of living wherein you are completely present in a moment. Uh, you're fully there so that you can judge everything about the moment.
So, how did you inculcate this practice into your daily life?
By balancing everything, by being fully present in the moment, by focusing on what's going on in the moment, so I could judge whether I could have clear idea about my emotions, about what the situation is.
So, I've had this problem where I'm not able to focus on one thing at a time. How do I start focusing at one thing because I really need that in life in order to progress forward?
Hmm. Just a second.
Okay.
Can you please repeat the question?
So I'm asking ki how do I so I'm not able to focus on one thing sometimes. Like sometimes you have a task at your hand and you're just not able to focus on it. That happens to me a lot. So how do I get rid of this? I want to be able to focus on one thing, be present in the moment.
I guess this is a major problem. Even I have faced it. But meditation and yoga help me a lot.
Wow.
Breathing exercises help me a lot. And to it's said, 27 days may you get a habit. So if you will balance yourself and if you will bring yourself to one center,
Yes.
it will get easier for you.
So how will everyone else in their basic lives be able to do this?
To be fully present in the moment, to
Yeah.
just not think about anything that is going on, whether it's your personal stuff, whether for example, at your workplace.
Yes.
I'll give examples from my own life. If I have a patient, then I don't think about what's going on at my house or what's going on in my personal life. Yeah, but I don't plan my day further. I am fully attentive to that patient, and I am I fully listen to that patient and act on it.
Yes, but however, even though that makes a lot of sense, but there are gonna be people that are skeptical about this practice, and they're gonna be like, why should we inculcate mindfulness? And what are you gonna say to them?
I mean, it's important for living a healthy, balanced life. A, you will be more productive if you're focused on one thing.
Yes.
and you can perform better, I guess, and it will lead to a little less stress because you're focused on one particular thing at one moment.
Okay.
So it will not be like, it will not be all cluttered in your mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, talking about mindfulness, coping up with stress is one of the main things you do to practice this. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, what are your stress levels currently?
Currently, I'm in a very happy spot in my life.
Yes.
So I would say 2 to 3.
Why is it so happy right now?
Because internship is a little like fun period wherein you get to work and you get to meet a lot of people, और जो तुमने 4 साल पढ़ा है, you get to experience it practically.
Oh,
So it's very fascinating for me.
so it's what you've learned for 4 years, you put it into practice.
Yeah, it's like the 4 years are culminating into
Right.
this one internship. So it's very exciting.
It's more of expressing yourself than learning more.
Exactly.
Okay. So, if you were stressed, what would be your main sources for stress?
After school,
Yes.
it was getting into MBBS. And after getting into MBBS, it was the exam season because in MBBS, exams are a little tough and like you need to be fully prepared about
But
anything and everything.
isn't that how it goes for everything? How is it different in your MBBS?
It's different, because the syllabus is vast.
Okay.
Like I cannot explain it to you. You need to come to. नहीं, cut कर दो. Sorry.
What are the main sources of stress in your life?
Before MBBS, it was getting into MBBS. So basically studies.
Right.
And I guess after MBBS also studies only.
So, how has studies like stressed you out? You've been a great performer since you're going to become a doctor, and it already says that you know how to study. Then how is it so hard for you?
It's hard because the syllabus is vast. There is a lot of competition.
Okay.
You have your theory exams and you have practical. You literally have practical on a patient. मतलब bedside practical exams होते हैं.
Wow.
So there's a stress. If you say something wrong,
Okay.
the patient would feel that you don't know anything and you're a doctor. And there's your professor who's judging.
Okay.
And also talking about theory exams, the schedule that is made, we don't get time between, like there's no gap between exams. So students, like average students, will get 3 to 4 hours of sleep.
Wow.
And if I used to get 3 hours of sleep during my exam season, I was happy that I slept for 3 hours because that was more than enough. And if my sleep used to go like beyond like 4 to 5 hours, I used to wake up stressed कि आज बहुत ज़्यादा सो लिया है. This will affect my studies.
Wow. So the pace became like 2 to 3 hours was enough if you're sleeping more than you're wasting time.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's not just me. It's like average MBA students think like this.
So,
During only exam season.
oh, so how does the exam season take place? Like when does it start? How many exams happen?
Yeah. We basically have 3 exams.
Okay.
We have a term 1, term 2, and then pre-university exams. So if you fail in any of these, you cannot sit in your university exams.
Wow.
So you cannot be not prepared for any of your exams. Your attendance should be good, like above 80%.
Yes.
Like 80% is less only. I guess it was 90%, 80 to 90%.
80%, you need more than 80%.
Yeah, be it your theory classes, your practical classes, your posting, everything.
But
You
that's a lot because everybody talks about how Amity has a lot of attendance issues and ours is like 75%. I don't know how you deal with 80 to 90%.
Yeah, it was 80. It was pretty tough. Like an internship also, if I talk about right now,
Yes.
I have a very monotonous schedule, like which gets irritating.
Okay.
I'm enjoying this phase a lot, but it's just I need to wake up at 7, then I need to go punch in at 8, be at the hospital, do my work. In that, I'll get 1 hour break
Okay.
for lunch, and then I need to go back again. And then till 4 or 5, I need to be there. I need to finish my OPD work or my ward work,
Yes.
and then punch out at 5. And after that, also, if my PTs have work, they can call me.
Yes.
So, work-wise, it's hectic, but I am enjoying it.
Oh, wow. So it's very hectic. It sounds very hectic to me, and I know it's very hectic. It's almost a nightmare to me. But so how do you typically cope with this? Like how do you stay happy after all this?
Like for me, the major problem is how monotonous it gets.
Okay.
Like you see new cases every day,
Yeah.
but बीमारियां भी तो कितनी है ना? So some days are exciting,
Yeah.
and it takes something within you to wake up every day. Because when I was just a student and when I was not training, there were days when we used to just sleep कि आज नहीं जाएंगे class. But now you cannot do it. You need to be responsible. You need to be punctual.
Yeah.
That has changed. I usually like do something on Sundays and Saturdays. Saturdays are also working half of the time.
Wow.
So Sundays are family days or personal self-care days.
Okay. So you do get time for self-care.
Yeah, in internship you do. Like after 5, if you're not studying, and if you don't have emergency work calls, you're mostly free. So you can take time for yourself. Like,
So
you can go to gym, you can work out, you can, like, skincare is a little therapeutic for me. So that comes in self-care, meditating.
so it's only like 2 Sundays per month?
2 Sundays? No.
Then?
It depends from posting to posting. Like I'm currently posted in medicine, so I have all my Sundays free. If I was being posted in emergency, I don't have any Sundays free. For gynae and for other postings, it's 2 Sundays a month or so. So it depends from posting to posting.
Okay, so it's like different every month or every 7
Yeah.
months?
Yeah. Every month.
So every month it's different.
Like I have my major subjects. So those subjects, the posting is for a month and a half. And for small subjects, I have 2 weeks or 3 weeks posting. So it's a month only. Month or 2 weeks. Like that.
So since it's been working great for you and you're like enjoying literally stressful situations, has it always been like this for you?
No. Initially, I did not want to become a doctor. I wanted to do something creative. So first year was very stressful. Sorry?
So being a doctor is not creative?
It's creative because now I get to suture up a person or like give a person an injection. So that's creative, but I didn't do this in the first year.
Yes.
And also staying away from home, you get homesick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there is a little bit of ragging scene. So that.
But a
That's it.
little bit of ragging is like necessary everywhere.
Yeah. Matlab, it's good for interaction,
Hmm.
but if it's going beyond a certain level,
Hmm.
then it's not good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
initially you wanted to do something creative, which was what?
I wanted to do something like professor kind, English honors or something in art.
You wanted to become a professor.
Yeah, which I can still become.
Yeah.
But now I thoroughly enjoy being a doctor.
So when did you know that you was gonna become a doctor?
Uh, from like from second year when I started enjoying the subject.
Wait, second year of MBBS.
Yeah.
So you wanted to do something else, but while you were doing MBBS, which is specifically for becoming a doctor, you decided that you actually want to become a doctor.
Yeah. I mean, I was good at studies
Huh?
and I had science, like
Hmm.
medical, like I had in 12th and 11th.
Huh.
So it made sense.
Hmm.
He later doctor and like art, so you can pursue
हाँ ट्रू
Barney.
ट्रू सबका यही मोटिवेशन होता है
Uh,
तो
and
12th
all my most of my cousins are doctors.
so it runs in your family.
Yeah, it's like क्या बच्चा क्या बनेगा. It's like proper Bollywood scene. लड़का engineer, लड़की doctor.
Huh? So it's for boys it's engineer.
Most of them, like if not engineer, a
Huh.
doctor.
So engineer is the first choice for boys and then it's doctor.
हाँ मतलब out of the two. वो तो I said it for the dialogue. But out of the two, you need to choose.
Wow. So what is your brother trying to become?
My brother,
Yes.
मतलब gradually I am telling my mother कि
Hmm.
सबको डॉक्टर ही बनना है.
True.
So he is interested in psychology and fitness.
Yes, and fitness, which is
Yeah. So he needs to take up both of them together and that he'll figure out.
yeah, he figured out. So we'll be wrapping up.
Okay.
I'd like to thank you very much for coming, for showing up.
Thank you so much for having me.
I know you're very busy, and I know you somehow enjoy it, but I'm very thankful to you for showing up.
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Have a great time. Thank you for showing up. See you.
Thank you so much.